is hitting her hard for describing some of his supporters as belonging in a basket of deplorables.
She spoke with contempt for the people who thanklessly follow the rules, pay their taxes, and scratch out a living for their family. She mocks and demeans hardworking Americans. Hillary Clinton has revealed her true thoughts. That was her true thoughts. She revealed herself to be a person who looks down on the proud citizens of our country.
Julie Radinsky is a former political advisor to Senator Frank Lautenberg and a Fox News contributor. And we also have Mercedes Schlapp as a Republican strategist and a former spokesperson for President George W. Bush. All right, Julie, I'll start with you first. Her health concerns are front and center, and her campaign says she was diagnosed Friday with pneumonia, and she's feeling better today. How big of an issue is this for her and her campaign?
It's a big issue. Well, it's to be determined on the one hand whether it's a big issue, and that depends on her health and how well she does in the ensuing weeks. It is an issue, however, because it underscores the secrecy with which the Clinton operation continues to treat events surrounding Hillary Clinton. And I say this as a Democrat, but for the life of me, I cannot understand why, if she was diagnosed on Friday, they didn't just come out and say, Secretary Clinton has pneumonia, she's going to be taking the next several days off, and this should answer your questions about why she was coughing and why she sounded like she was under the weather when she spoke on Friday. Instead, they proceed as though nothing is wrong, and then this event happens, and it just underscores the concerns people have about her with respect to her secrecy. So I really wish that the Clinton campaign rethink their approach about being a little bit more open with the public and with the press about exactly what's going on with her. And I strongly urge her to release her medical records, as Donald Trump should as well. Both of them should release their full medical records.
Well, especially as this continues, we've put together some sights and sound of her on the campaign trail, and it hasn't looked good for several weeks. Mercedes, I want to get your reaction to this.
Every time I think about Trump, I get allergic. Donald Trump does not have the temperament to be our commander-in-chief.
So Mercedes, that was early in September, and it didn't sound good. She was able to joke about it, but that's
right
when she was telling us that coughing was due to allergies. Now she's been diagnosed with pneumonia.
That's right. Well, if I were her mama, I'd tell her to get some rest and get off of her feet. But here's the deal: like, it went from allergies to overheated to pneumonia. This shifting story that keeps happening. The fact that Hillary Clinton came out yesterday and did this whole theatrics of feeling great. I really feel great, and then all of a sudden, hours later, she has pneumonia. I think that's what really is so concerning to American voters, is the fact that her campaign continues to try to keep her in this bubble and try to make sure that she comes across being this invincible candidate. Well, that doesn't exist anymore in a 24-hour news cycle. We know that the press is there to inform and report what's happening with these candidates minute by minute. And the fact that the press was kept in the dark for 90 minutes, that is just unthinkable, because at the end of the day, and even President Bill Clinton said this, the public deserves to know what the health is of their leader, and in this case, of their candidates.
And in that same speech that we heard just moments ago from Donald Trump, Julie, no mention of her health, but he did go on the attack on Hillary Clinton, and he had a very patriotic ending to that speech, talking about God and saluting the flag. Listen.
We will be one people, under one God, saluting one American flag.
Julie?
Okay. Look, I'm very happy that Donald Trump, at the age of 70, has finally discovered God. The Donald Trump that all of us grew up with, hearing the New York media market, reading the tabloids for the last 30 years was not exactly godly, which is why I kind of get a chuckle out of you. The evangelical voters finally coming to Jesus with Donald Trump.
That's a little judgmental, Julie.
It's not judgmental at all, Mercedes. I mean, not judgmental at all, my friend. Listen, I grew up a man who cheats on his wife with another woman, a man who
do we really want to go down that path? Bill Clinton. Can we
Bill
really
Clinton
go down that path?
Bill Clinton's not
All right.
appealing to evangelicals and begging and telling evangelicals that he's their biggest ally. Give me a break. Donald Trump is trying to reinvent himself as
Obviously,
some
the
sort of godly
evangelicals
man.
are not lining up with Hillary Clinton.
Well, of course
So
they're
let
not.
me
They're
just
being a little
point out this
hypocritical there.
fact as we end this hot political debate. 7 in 10 voters say that they have definitely decided which candidate to support. Okay, that is a big number. I mean, maybe Julie, you'll tell me historically that's not so big at this point in the election cycle. But when the two are closer when asked which candidate is more honest and trustworthy, 45% choose Clinton, 43% pick Trump. Some unbelievable polling coming out of this election. Julie, it was fun. Mercedes, thank you.
See you later.
Good to have both of you. All right, a football.